Dicey Lemons, and I'm going to do a persuasive speech about how cyberbullying affects our youth and to do something to prevent more victims. When so-called child's play turns hostile and a child becomes a victim, it is time to act. Victims of cyberbullying do not choose to participate. Rather than build character, bullying can cause children to become anxious, fearful, unhappy, and even cause them to be physically sick. What are the chances of your child being involved in cyberbullying? Well, according to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, 16% of high school students have reported to being bullied electronically. I have done extensive research in the library on the topic of cyberbullying and watched many cases of bullying on many websites. Elementary schools in America should employ teachers or experts in cyberbullying because this phenomenon is becoming a childhood epidemic similar to other mental disorders or diseases. First, I'm going to give an explanation of what cyberbullying is and how it affects the youth. And then I'm going to provide a solution on how to intervene and prevent cyberbullying. To understand the phenomenon that cyberbullying has become an epidemic, one must know how cyberbullying relates to bullying. The traditional sense of bullying is using strength and influence to intimidate someone that is weaker individual repeatedly. There are certain criteria that are the same between bullying and cyberbullying, victims and victim bullying, such as repetition, power, imbalance, intention, and aggression. Now, because of the increasing development of technology where you can interact electronically through email, text messages, or even Facebook, cyberbullying uses electronic media to damage the social relationships or social status of their peers, all while keeping their identity a secret. For example, cyberbullies share negative, harmful information that could be untruthful or even spread pictures that cross the line into unlawful or criminal behavior. When dealing with bullying, one must understand that it is not often one-sided. A young person can be a perpetrator, a victim, or both, also known as a bully victim. Bully victims are the youth who bully others because they are being bullied or have been by someone else. For example, they are often teased, threatened, or have pictures of themselves displayed by others, so they retaliate the only way they know. There is a study that shows that narcissistic personality traits predict cyberbullying in high school students. Esky explains that the narcissistic personality entitlement, it predicts control and difficulty. The personality superiority predicts social isolation. Because the narcissistic main characteristic is their highly positive and exaggerated feeling about their ego, the internet is a chance to present themselves as they desire. Often this presents itself at a young age, showing signs of aggression, failing to establish good relationships, and they lack empathy. A lot of kids are now experiencing cyberbullying by being a part of it, and they know of someone who has to deal with it. During my research, I found some statistics that portray some interesting facts about cyberbullying. On the CDC website, there are 1 in 5 youth in high school reported being bullied in school property. 12% of the public schools reported that bullying happens at least once a week. The CDC documents all reported bullying cases in order to prevent more breakouts. Cyberbullying affects all youth that come into contact with electronic devices where another student decides to involve another student. The rates are highest among middle school, 22%, compared to high school, 15%, and primary school, 8% that report bullying. While 15% of high school students report cyberbullying, most kids deal with cyberbullying because the youth lack empathy and they want to see the world see them bullying. It is easier to get the word spread quickly. Following the explanation of cyberbullying and the reason it happens, let's talk about the solutions to fix the problem. The school should employ experts or trained teachers on how to recognize cyberbullying, how to lessen the harm, and how to provide counseling to all parties involved. The CDC offers a comprehensive technical package for the prevention of youth violence and associated risk behavior that can help. The package contains strategies that can be used alone or in combination to help the youth being bullied. The strategies are to promote a family environment that supports a healthy development, provide quality education while strengthening skills in universal preschool programs, also offering monitoring after school programs and provide treatment for both parties involved. Parents and teachers can prevent or even lessen the harm of cyberbullying by being aware of what's going on. Be aware of what kids are doing online. Pay attention to the warning signs such as behavior changes and the excessive use or lack of use of electronic devices. Then you should document all harmful contents, report to the school, and if it contains threats or potential crimes, report it to the police. You can also visit social media sites to report cyberbullying, and they can take action against users for abusing the terms of services. The victims of cyberbullying try to save themselves from hurt by detachment. However, it keeps them from experiencing happiness. So, we have discussed what is cyberbullying and how it is being used. Next, we explain the reasons. And finally, we found a solution on how to prevent the problem. Remember that elementary schools in America should employ teachers or experts in cyberbullying because this phenomenon is becoming a childhood epidemic similar to other mental disorders or diseases. Unless and until our society recognizes cyberbullying for what it is, the suffering of thousands of silent victims will continue. Let's stop cyberbullies in their track and give our kids a better environment.